What's up, winners? I'm Marcus Rozier, your faith and business coach. So let's talk that faith talk for a second, but we got to merge it with a little bit of business. So for anyone who's praying over your business, praying over your money, praying over your credit, you want to get a new car, new house, any of those things, let me give you something practical of how your faith operates and functions within your business or with money. Like, what's the practical side of it? Are you supposed to just pray and when it happens, it happens? Let's talk about what is God's role in it. Like, does God bless people with cars? Does he increase credit scores? Does he make businesses grow, attract clients, or close sales? I don't really think so. So let's talk about how it works. Now I'm gonna do it, put the kids to bed, using and explaining it with an example about sex. Okay, don't be offended, don't be alarmed, let's do it. So let's just say that a man and woman is intimate and has sex. Both people are engaged in the process of the intimacy. But when the man releases the seed and the woman finds out she's pregnant, the rest is on the woman. Now, no matter how much he loves her, he might every day buy her flowers, buy her roses. All he can do is comfort her while she goes through the discomfort of carrying the baby. The moment of intimacy was the end of his work. The rest of the process is comforting her while she carries it and to help her when she gives birth to it. Now, once she gives birth, he can now start working again. He can help care for the baby. He can provide money. He can do whatever else he needs to do. It's the same way that things work with God. God becomes intimate with you in your prayer life. He gives seed to you, which is an idea. You get pregnant with an idea, a vision, a dream, a concept, and he might comfort you. He might encourage you. He might send peace into your life, but God don't give birth to those things. He don't increase credit scores. He don't give money. He don't close sales, but he will encourage you along the way. It's your job to give birth to the vision. It's his job to get you pregnant with the seed. And I think why people are frustrated is because they're expecting God to do what they're supposed to do. Your mind is the womb of your life. And if you are going to give birth to anything, you are going to have to, any idea God gives you, you are going to have to grow it, groom it, blossom it, and give it out to the world. Now, let's take a second and talk about the birthing seasons and processes of both faith and business. What does that look like? And the first 3 months is when you find out the gender. This is when you become pregnant with an idea. You have got to take the time to define it, to give it its identity, to give it identification of what is this that I'm carrying. Is it a for-profit business, a non-profit business? Is it a book? Is it a movie? Is it a concept? What type of business am I in? What type of money do I need to make? This is when you identify, if you're trying to increase your credit score, what do I need to actually do? This is where you bring identity to it. The next 3 months is when you begin to now start the preparation process. You now are accustomed to the fact that you are in business, that you are working towards, and I use business, but whatever lane you're in, whatever idea you got pregnant with, shoe fits, wear it. That's when you go into preparation. You've adjusted to the initial period, but things start to get a little more hectic. In the last 3 months is when you get ready to actually hold it in your hand and to push it out, right? You already know that you're too far gone to go back. You just biting in and dealing with the process of the adjustment, the full adjustment period. And you know that you need everything in place because you won't have time once you give birth to it to go later on and to childproof the house. So I want to tell you that faith and business can work together, but never mistake what God does for what you're supposed to do. I believe strongly in the gospel of responsibility. Let's win together, win the day. We are epic.